to the south side.
Good evening, Giants, and welcome to our very first drive-in family meeting. We're going to go over some important information that is going to make sure that your Giant is prepared for the school year. I hope that each of you and your families are doing well. Our country is being plagued by a pandemic. Things are so crazy that we can't even be in the same building right now. This school year is going to feel very different. You all will be learning at home at least for the next few weeks. There will definitely be some challenges and some bumps along the road. My team has been working hard to make sure that things run as smoothly as possible, but I got to tell you, it won't be perfect. What I can assure you is that we will get through this. We are Giants, and we are strong, and we have grit. Before I pass it off to Mr. Rucker, who will go into detail about what you can expect from the first week of school, I want to make sure that you know all the ways in which we will communicate. The first is you have to make sure you're following us on Facebook and Instagram, and I'll post our handles here. We provide lots of updates there. Second is our weekly email. It's called the Giant Memo, and you should receive that each Sunday. The third way is our YouTube channel, which is called SSG TV, and I'll make sure that you have the link for that as well in case you want to follow us on YouTube. The last way in which we communicate is through traditional means, which is your phones and text messages, but just make sure that your phone number is updated with us on a campus so that we can make sure that we're providing you with the updates that you need to make sure your Giant is successful. The next thing I want to talk about is attendance. We're going to have school virtually every day, Monday through Friday. Students will need to log on every day, just like they would if we were back in school and they would have to come every day. Teachers are going to take attendance in every class, and they're going to see who is showing up as logged in, and they're going to record that attendance. Please make sure that your Giant is logging on each day and completing their assignments. The last thing I want to see is one of your students not earning the necessary credits they need because they weren't present in class. Giants must be present at school. I know that some of you may still be in need of a device, and we're working to make sure that every Giant who needs a device will get one. If you still don't have access to a device, you can contact the school at 713-924-5500. We'll do everything that we can to make sure that your Giant gets a device, but in the meantime, they can still log in on a cell phone or an iPad or any device that can connect to the internet. So I've said a lot. I want to pass it off to Mr. Rucker, and he's going to make sure you're ready to kick the school year off strong. Take it away, Mr. Rucker. Grrr.
Good evening, Yes Prep Southside Giants families. This is Mr. Rucker, Director of Student Support. I'm here only honestly for three reasons. Number one is to make sure that everybody is welcome. So welcome to a wonderful start of 2020, 2021. This school year is going to be amazing. Number two is to provide you some updates and some expectations for this upcoming week. And then number three, there's just some exciting things that are changing on the campus as we enter into this new year. And I really wanted to make sure that everybody else had an opportunity to be excited about those things as I am. So I wanted to share those at the very end, but with no further ado, let's go ahead and get started.
All right, let's get ready. In order for us to get ready, however, for the next week, what's most important is understanding what student schedules will look like, as well as how we get there. So I'll share in detail what you can expect this upcoming week. Specifically, student orientation. Over the next few minutes, I'll cover who is required to attend, what will be covered in those sessions, when orientation will take place, where it'll take place, and of course, why. So, who are we talking about? All Giants from 6th grade to 11th grade will be expected to participate in our student orientation to start the year off with a solid foundation. In fact, parents, you're welcome to join as well. We would love for you to see the sessions that your students are engaging in to better familiarize yourselves with the content and expectations as well. What you and your students can expect during orientation are 8 sessions led by teachers covered over the first 2 days of school. The session titles are as follows. Yes Prep Southside History. You have to know where you've started to better understand where you're headed. using technology, because for most of us, this is brand new. Behavior expectations, so students better know what we expect of them in this virtual setting. Meet the campus leaders, which would usually happen in the hallways, but those are vacant. Community norms. It's important that norms are established for any new learning environment. Understanding emotions. With so much going on right now, even we adults need this session. Engaging in the school community so students' voices can be heard, and our family gathering session to ensure students understand how we intend to celebrate them and how they will celebrate each other. Now, when is all of this taking place? That will be next week on Monday and Tuesday. Here's what the schedule will look like. We will start Monday, August 24th, with a school level address, followed by 4 of the sessions that I shared on the previous slide. Students will have an opportunity to eat lunch, and then there's a little bit of work time in the afternoon. This will include some campus connection activities, as well as teacher introduction videos. Students will want to make sure that they watch these videos, but again, I encourage parents to watch them as well to get a chance to connect with the awesome instructors that will be supporting your students learning this year. On Tuesday, August 25th, the schedule will look similar to Monday's with an opening in the morning, followed by the final 4 sessions that I previously shared. As you can see, each day, there are 4 morning sessions that teachers will guide students through, and in the afternoon, students will switch to asynchronous sessions that they will find on Schoology. Again, those are various campus connections and teachers' virtual tours. These classroom tours are really important and will set your student up for success within their classrooms. By the way, if you can't see the information on the board right now, check your resources. It's outlined in there. Quickly, where students will find all the information they need to have an awesome student orientation will be on Teams. So if you ever see that logo, and Schoology. If you received a laptop, you also would have received login information that directly connects you to the Office suite, specifically Teams. Luckily, Schoology and Office also communicate. So once you've logged into Office or Teams online, you'll be able to log into Schoology as well, which is where students will find their schedules that mirror what you will see in Skyward. Lastly, here's why student orientation is so important. I shared the titles of the sessions. However, we chose those titles because we believe it to be increasingly critical that students are reoriented to the new way of learning. There's so many tech gaps that need to be closed as quickly as possible in order to ensure our students' success. And each of those sessions play a role in ensuring students, new and returning, better understand how we will support them both behaviorally and academically. Feel free to read over our why. If you happen to miss all of that I shared in the previous slides, in summary, we have student orientation next week on Monday and Tuesday with 4 sessions each day between 8:30 a.m. and 12:40 p.m. They will then engage in some student-paced activities that they can find on Schoology between 12:40 p.m. and 4 p.m. That's what to expect in short. Student orientation was super important, but I have 3 other announcements that I wish to share. I'll start with uniforms, which is pretty quick. Then I'll shift to athletics and something I'm super excited about, advisory. All right, there's a lot of information on this slide, which is the information the district shared with parents in recent communication. What I want to highlight is the first statement. Yes Prep will waive the uniform policy for students for the fall semester. If you had any challenges with accessing funds to ensure your student was in dress code this semester, for those who intended on sending your students to campus, no need to worry. Students will need to follow the free dress policy that's highlighted in the uniform policy that's been provided if you opted for in-person learning. In the spring, we will adjust as necessary.
Yeah, so if you haven't received the update, athletics, sports, it's going to be a little bit different this school year. However, there's some great opportunities through esports and then also training sessions that will be available to staff, students, and families that we're super pumped up about. Check us out.
Giants, the athletics program is a big part of our culture and directly affects many, if not all of you. This year, we will continue to offer athletic programming, but on a virtual space to ensure the safety and health of everyone involved. Safety and well-being are extremely important, but it may not sound exciting. However, this year, we will be offering sports-specific skill sessions and esports. That's right. We will have virtual skill sessions so students don't lose a step on the court or on the field. But if you feel like you're losing a step, parents, you're 100% welcome to join these sessions as well. And with esports, this is a game changer, literally. Virtually all students will be allowed to participate in our esports program this year, with opportunities to compete against students across the district, as well as staff, like me. Every day after school, we will provide sports-specific skills training. Each session will be 55 minutes long. Some sessions will be live while others are pre-recorded. Strength and conditioning starts at 4 p.m. and the specific sports skills training will start at 5 p.m. We will be sending out links to anyone who is interested in participating. Additionally, as part of the athletics program, we will be offering leadership and character development sessions that all student athletes will participate in. Right here, this is what the schedule would look like. Feel free to take a picture. I'll give you like 5 more seconds. Really quick, here's an overview of what you can expect from esports. Esports is organized similarly to in-person sports teams. Esports is open to all students and staff. There are 3 divisions: middle school, high school, and staff. We will have 4 seasons, and each season ends at the quarter mark, so after each 9 weeks. Our first competition game is on September 11th. Like I said, quick overview. As soon as you get this information, don't wait to register because the deadline is 1 week away. So if you're interested, be sure to contact Coach White. Go ahead, take a picture of this information, and be sure to take action.
All right, I'm back. Now, I get to share with you guys a little bit about advisory. I'm super excited about advisory. It won't be rolled out until somewhere around in September. You'll get that information on the slides to come, but I'm super excited, super pumped. This is going to give us a chance to really build our campus culture in a way that we haven't been able to do before. So let's check that out. Advisory.
All right, something that I'm super excited about. Southside Giants advisory for the 2020-21 school year. This is a major shift from last year, and the hope is that it feels that way. Now, what is advisory? In years past, students participated in a space called community during lunch period. Yes, Prep as a system has replaced our original community space with advisory. Advisory will be a safe space where various programming will be introduced to address the social and emotional needs of the students, while providing the opportunities for students and teachers to check in and also advisory identity building. Advisory will officially kick off the week of September 7th, 2020. So we will have a little bit more time to roll out a thorough introduction of advisory in the coming weeks. Advisory will meet 3 days out of the week on Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. Without diving into too much detail, there are 4 major components of advisory I'd like to share. Students will engage in academic check-ins with their advisory teacher. Students will engage in meaningful social and emotional learning activities designed to provide them with a skill set to better approach conflict and resolve them maturely. Each advisory teacher will be the personal champion for each of their advisory students, being our campus liaison to better streamline communication with families. And lastly, students will engage in team builders and various challenges to build camaraderie within their advisories and across their grade levels. So, I know I've made the claim that this is to be something that's super exciting and will be critical in building a stronger Giant community, but it won't be official for another few weeks. So here's what you can expect in the coming weeks. First, after student orientation and completion of various student interest surveys, we will create our advisories and submit them to be added to your student schedules. That will happen next week. The following week, we will have an advisory expectations session for students, where they will better understand the expectations within advisory, as well as prepare to meet their fellow advisees. And then, during launch week, you can expect advisors to be reaching out to introduce themselves and begin the process of establishing a trusting and lasting relationship. In short, we have an awesome student body that's being supported by an equally awesome staff. The data shows that students persist to grow and experience the most success when they're within environments around people they feel connected to, when they feel like a part of a community. We are a community, and if there's any question that that's what you're a part of, by the end of this school year, we promise to have you thinking differently.